Dallas Cowboys. A welcome to you, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. Chase McLaughlin set to get it started. And off we go from Arlington. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return.
Come on, fighting, steady, Bravo 80, steady.
First carry now for Jaden Blue. He'll push ahead to the 21. Big Christian Wilkins, the one who brought him down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Second down and 8.
Ready? Just 60. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
From the gun, here's Milton. Oh, intercepted on the second play of the game. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike. They've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it, so we're able to move forward.
Cut 19. Ready.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second down.
Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 6.
Cougar 19. Go.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
On third down, we'll try to get it on the ground.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Commanders are out to an early 3-0 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Jack.
From the shotgun, a throw from Milton.
Bro,
And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
A run with Blue.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
This is 3rd and 6.
Corey. Tap the 60. Tap the...
Get out of the gun is Milton. And he puts his head down and he picks up the 1st down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Ready.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Throwing, Milton. Now screen set up for Blue. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Give him 13 on that screen play. And a 1st down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
A big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field. And that's in an area where usually this play gets erased.
Let's go now. Hot 70. Hot 70.
Now Milton. They'll try to set up the screen here. And a nice game there. He's out of bounds, and that will bring up 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 8.
18, Pioneer. Stephanie. Cowboy. 19.
Milton going to look to throw it again. That is hot. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
It's a gain of 33.
A huge play for Dallas. 33 yards.
Come on.
Goal at the 7-yard line.
60 Eagles. 60 Cougar 19. Go.
They'll go play action here with Milton. Forced to his right. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Now here's 2nd and goal.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready.
To the air once more is Milton. That one swung out to Blue. to the pylon. He's in. Jaden Blue. Touchdown, Cowboys. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Cowboys move out to a 7-3 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. Room to run at the 35. Still going. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 77 yards. Touchdown, Washington. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run plays to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Let's ready.
They'll start this on the ground with Blue. Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
Get it. Come back team. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
Throwing is Milton. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
3rd down and 9.
Here we go. Trap 60. Trap 60. 70 Lions. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
To throw, it's Milton. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A pickup of 15 in the air. That's good for a Dallas 1st down.
And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Looking to throw, it's Milton. Open man down the field, it's Ferguson. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. 10-7 is the score. We're back to Arlington in a moment. On to the second quarter. Cowboys possess the football as they've got it with 1st and 10.
Reload. Reload. Let's go now. Hut, hut.
A give. Here comes Blue. Not much happening there. Just a short game.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
from the 21. Here's second down and 9.
Let's go.
To the air, it's Milton. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Third down and 9.
Here we go. Set. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Ready, ready?
Here's Milton. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more. And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. Brown now to return it. Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recoveries. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Dallas. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. Aubrey, good with the extra point. Cowboys go up by 7. It is now 17-10. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Brown now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
At their own 26-yard line.
Okay, ready?
This drive will start on the ground. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and
From the
2.
shotgun, it's Daniel. Moving outside the pocket. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Washington, first down.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready?
Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. To the left side, it's caught by Brown. And they'll take this down inside the 35. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
And it's his first catch of the game, and it ends up being a good one. All week long, we talked about how this dominant secondary wanted to take away their best targets. And if he continues to make plays like that, their top 10 ranking could take a hit by the end of this one.
Daniels now on first down. They'll try to hit him with a screen. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive linemen out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
He'll let this go deep for the end zone. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
A tough spot here. Third and long.
Here we go.
Daniels gonna throw again. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force fourth down. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This one from just under 50 yards. McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Commanders are able to cut it to 4, 17-13.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
On the set. Let's go. Let's go.
The drive starts with a carry by Blue. And he'll get forward for a couple. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down.
Ready.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
Back. Cavity Lions. Ready, ready.
He'll look to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. That screen goes for 12. And that's a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the 1st down.
Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Again, it's Blue. And this is a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage. He's not gaining any either. It's 3rd down.
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. Rolling right. A very dangerous throw, but somehow it is complete.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Let's go now.
And let's give him about 4 on that one. Quentin Williams there to make the play.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
Come on. Cougar 19. Trap 50. Trap 60. Steady.
Here's Daniel. Now pass deep for McClure. He's got it. And he will dive into the end zone. 71 yards. Touchdown, Washington. McLaughlin now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Commanders go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3.
Cowboys 17.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A first down throw for Prescott. That's caught by Tolbert right side. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. A big play for the Cowboys. 39 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Dak can throw it here on first down. That's complete to Blue. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Cowboys.
First down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Yeah! Here we go! Wide eight. Here we go, 47. Here we go, going to 54. Wide eight. Wide eight, kick.
Here's Prescott. Flushed to his right, just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
On third down, Prescott exiting the pocket right. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively. And it sets up fourth down. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys will tie this game up here late in the first half. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Now the Cowboys going to take a timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive. I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative, playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Dak going to give this to Blue. And they'll stretch him out to the sideline, but he'll be taken down for a loss. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. They'll put this one down at midfield. Here comes a 60-yard attempt. His kick is good. From 60 yards out, he's got the leg to knock it through. Three points, all that separates these two sides, has half number 2. Kicks off. He'll start at the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Nice. Cougar 19. Buffalo 18. Let's go.
The third quarter begins with a run. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down. So, first and 10 here now at the 38. Daniels now going to look to throw. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw. And he'll work his way down inside the 40. From off the edge, Nick Bosa with the stop.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Or maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll try to get this one on the ground.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on fourth down, Mike, based on what they do on third down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that fourth down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
And that one not going to have enough leg behind it. Not by a long shot. It is no good. And this is going to remain a 3-point game. On first and 10, Prescott. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From just shy of midfield, here's second down. Back to throw is Prescott. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run the toss here with Blue. And pick up 3 or maybe 4. Arnold Evageni in there on the tackle.
Gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Ball on the 39. Here's second and 6. They run straight ahead with Blue. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Leo Chanel. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
60 Maverick, 60 Stephanie.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniel. He'll go right and find his running back. 2nd and 11. A handoff as they try to run it here. Oh, a loose football. And fortunately for the Commanders, one of their guys able to get back in there and retain possession.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
70 Ranger. Trap 60, trap 60.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie first-round pick. And the Cowboys are going to have it. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Yeah, here we go.
First down, Prescott. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And a mark him down just shy of the 40. 16 yards on the game. And a quick first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Prescott now out to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. A huge play for Dallas. 31 yards. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Blue. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go, 47.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Now a deep ball toward the end zone. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
Field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Cowboys will extend their 3rd quarter lead. Back out is Brandon Aubrey. At the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. This will be returned from the 2. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
To the ground, a first down run. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
Got it. Ready? Here we go. Set. 65. Cougar 19. Go.
Now Daniels throwing on first and 10. Rolling to the left. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Washington.
Go. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Panther 60. Panther.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Warriors. Next. Bronco in. Dragon 60. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's going to look deep for Tyreek.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up third down.
Watching him throughout this game has been incredible, Mike. I mean, I've loved watching him perform. The reality is it just hasn't impacted the outcome of the game. It's really been a wasted individual effort unless they can somehow find a way to flip this thing around.
He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Washington. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. The kick is good. Important one as they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Cowboys 26.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Prescott on first down. This is caught down that right sideline. That's good for 27 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Wide. 26.
Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. Leo Chenal in there to bring him down. And that's his first sack of the year.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Prescott. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Got a man. That's Tolbert. Give him 19 yards on 3rd and 18. They found a way to get it done. First down. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Prescott. Now a screen set up for Blue. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
To the air again. Prescott. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. It's a gain of 13, and it's 1st and goal.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for, and I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he is going to come up short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and goal for Prescott. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Hunter Lipke, touchdown Cowboys. That touchdown #1 for him on the year. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
To throw is Prescott, moving to his right. And he'll try for the pylon, but they're going to mark him out short as the attempt for 2 is unsuccessful. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. Brown now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. On 1st down, Daniels. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball. up to this point, and yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And they'll only get a couple on this one, so the defense holds, and it brings up 4th down.
Viking 18. Lions. Panther 11. Panther 11.
They'll indeed go. It's Daniels. Pass caught left side by Fant. And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring him down for a loss.
Here comes 2nd down.
Get it. 60. Dragons. Panther 60.
They'll drop to throw. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
Forced out wide. And he did a pretty good job there to get back to the line of scrimmage as he's chased out of bounds.
A little indecision by the quarterback there, Mike. Do I buy time and throw it downfield, or do I tuck it and become a runner? That's what he's thinking. I think he made the final call a little bit too late, and all he could do was get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Another try, 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down. We'll get a stoppage here. There is an injured Cowboy. What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10?
Panther 60. Panther 6. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. He's got it inside the 5. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. Double as good there. They get the 1st down and save a timeout.
And now after that big completion, Mike, they can't panic yet. They're not into the mode where they're in desperation. They have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Take a deep breath. Get your best 1st down play call to your quarterback. A field goal's not going to do it. They got to think touchdown all the way.
Lions. Go.
They'll stick to the ground. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world.
And he will get into the end zone. The conversion is good, and the lead is up to 3 here in the 4th quarter. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
35-yard line.
Here's first down. Back to throw is Prescott. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. This guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Hey, here we go. 4-8. Here we go. Go to 54. Go. Hey, kill. 26.
Dak to throw. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. That's the linebacker, Fred Warner.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. And now the Cowboys are going to take a timeout. And they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Okay, ready?
Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second. They'll talk things over before 3rd down.
Let's go. Bronco 80. Ready.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll be taken down. No timeouts left for the defense. That should do it. And the clock will stop. Timeout called with 5 seconds remaining.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
The Commanders about to send this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he didn't give the Gunners a chance to get down there and make a play for him. It's into the end zone.